it is really important that we begin to change the mindset of young people to know that your vote counts.
They don't understand that the legislative arm of government is actually a co-equal arm of government.
We have an incredible amount of potential.
Whatever it is I was doing, because of my personal DNA, it had to be of an international standard. Which is what, seriously speaking, is all about.
Hello there, welcome to Seriously Speaking. We're talking movies today, and we're talking movies, but it's more the person behind that movie that fascinates me. She's a friend, she's somebody a lot of you know, is somebody that a lot of Nigerians have trapped in a time warp in terms of they would never forget the things that she did in one of the most popular soap operas that started in Nigeria, well, ages ago. That soap opera is called Checkmate. Any guesses to who my guest is? You'll have to stay tuned to find out. We'll be back. Welcome back. Maybe I'm one of those guilty of tying her down to the role of Anne Hathaway in Checkmate. But the truth is she won a lot of hearts in that time because here was someone that we'd never heard anything about. And suddenly she had taken over our homes, as Anne Hathaway was a no-nonsense woman that owned this empire in Checkmate. It's nice to have you, Ego.
Nice to be here.
It was Ego Namani.
Yes.
Now it's Ego Boyo.
Yes.
Does it seem like Namani has disappeared into thin air?
Yes, sort of. We're saying that, you know, how your whole, almost like your whole identity just sort of, you know, well, I won't say disappears, but changes that initial identity when you do get married and change your name. So, but I think more people know me as Ego Boyo because I actually became Ego Boyo while I was on Checkmate. Yeah, so the Namani part wasn't for very long.
Absolutely.
While, you know, professionally, yes, yes.
You know, at that time, people thought, what did she know about acting? And then suddenly you became that, I guess maybe because you played that serious, you know. But what did it feel like? Were you judged harshly at the beginning?
Well, the thing is, you know, because we didn't have social media, so it was not an immediate source of, you know, feedback. It wasn't immediate feedback and what I got was a lot of people were very, they were attached to the character and to the show, and they loved it. So I didn't get a lot of pushback in that direction. Plus, my background was in theater, so it wasn't like it was completely new or natural to me. So, yeah.
Why did you choose theater? It's the daughter of a judge, and you know, one would expect that law or something would work.
Of course, he expected that law. But I think it was in my blood. It was one of those things. I had always been a little performer. Initially in primary school, I did a lot of little plays, a lot of...
There was primary school.
Primary school was everywhere. We were first in the East, so it was All Saints. We became Ekulu Primary School. Then I came to Lagos Home Science, and we always did little, you know, I remember in Enugu then, and that was years ago, we did some little skits.
Years ago, come on, you're barely 50.
Yes, but it was still long ago. And we did some little shows with a lot of singing, and I still remember that. And I always like performing. I'm not sure it's a memory, but it's a memory that my parents always repeated to me, was that my dad had a practice and it ran out of the house, one side of the house. And I used to go to all the potential clients and I would question them about what they were doing here, why they were waiting to see my dad.
Reporter.
Yes, you know. And then I would do like a dance or something for them. So I guess it's in my blood.
That's what it was.
Yes.
I guess also because the role that you played, the very first role that threw you out was one of something very serious.
Yes.
And somebody, you know, so it was like, this person cannot be. Have you been able to break out of that mold?
I'm not sure I have. After Checkmate, a lot of the roles that I was getting, even after I did Violated,
yes.
Violated was not that serious, but still quite a serious, very focused young woman. But every role after that was almost a variation of either Anne Hathaway or Peggy, the character I played in Checkmate. So I was like, okay, I'm getting stereotyped and I can do something different. But at the same time, I guess I wasn't really looking for something different because then I was really experiencing my real, well, I don't know if it's my real love for producing. So I wasn't actively searching for that role. I was just delving deeper and deeper into producing, going behind the scenes. So I guess I didn't take the time to, you know, let people...
Would that happen in future, though?
I mean, it's never late, apparently, for, you know, to play a character or to play different characters. And this year, I've found that I have gone back to some acting, and the character is very different from the character that I played on Checkmate. So, yeah.
We should stay tuned.
Stay tuned. You'll see me in a very different role very soon.
Okay, did becoming mommy and becoming wife cause any changes, really?
Well,
because you had like an 8-year hiatus. While some
Yes.
of us know that you produce documentaries and
Yes.
produce not feature films,
yeah.
and other things with Temple Productions, but it seemed like you were just being Mrs. Boyo.
Well, I was always Mrs. Boyo because, as I said, I started in Checkmate. And, I mean, that didn't stop me from going on to Violated, so that wasn't the issue. But I definitely, as my children got older, it was, I had more children, it was time to sort of focus on them. And being an actress it's a lot of work. You get to go on different sets, the hours are long, and being producer was also long, but it gave me an opportunity to also step away. So I wasn't the focus. All I had to do was do my job, which a lot of time comes before the actual production starts, and then I can step away a little. So it gave me room to do that. And then it also gave me room to pursue other aspects and other types of film. So as you mentioned, documentaries, adverts, just trying to build that side of the business, Temple Productions.
Did you miss acting, though?
I did, in droves. Like, you know, you see somebody on screen in a part, and I'm like, oh, I wish I could do that part. That would have been good to do. But it wasn't like a very fierce sort of missing, you know?
That's probably because you said production, being behind the scenes and producing things.
It had an appeal.
So, I mean, now you have something great. There was a premiere in November, and I did see clips. I mean, I saw the thing, and I'm like, this girl is bold.
Yeah.
I'll take a break so that I'll come back and talk about this new interest. And then, of course, also, you're wearing blue. And I know blue represents IWS, something that you do also.
Yes.
So I'll be right back with Ego Boyo, if you don't go away. Welcome back. Ego is still here. And Ego recently released, I don't know what to call it, a feature film, but that film's supposed to be a feature film. It's called A Hotel Called Memory. When I saw it, the only way I can describe it, Ego, is that it was an experience.
Indeed.
Was that what you set out to achieve?
Exactly what we set out to achieve. We wanted people to experience something. We wanted them to experience film in its really, truly traditional form. Because if you remember where film started,
Charlie
it was
Chaplin.
Silent. Exactly. It was silent film. You depended more on your interpretation of your character through your body, through your gestures, through your expressions, more than the dialogue. So we wanted to go back to that, and we wanted to sort of give audiences something to ponder, something to consider.
How did I know that? Because, I mean, I'm like, okay, an ordinary mind probably won't be able to engage because we've been so spoiled with sound.
And words,
People are talking, you
constantly.
know, the bad mother-in-law is ranting and raving. And then you have this movie that there is no word spoken for 54 minutes.
Yes.
I didn't know how I sat through it, but I did.
Well, you did.
But I did.
Well, you did.
So, but isn't that, I say bold.
Yes.
Because people want to forget.
Yes.
Now.
Yes.
Rom-coms or drama, that's what one wants to say. Yeah.
I mean, nothing wrong with those genres, but the thing is, film is such a vast area. There are just so many things that you can do with film. And I know that for a lot of young people in particular who are getting into film, I think it's the kind of film that would engage them, that would interest them, and that will inspire them. Because when you're starting out with an experimental film like ours, when you're starting out, those are the sort of films you should do. Really? They're easier, yes, they're easier to do, one. And secondary, and the second thing is, it's actually more, it's the one time in your life where you have the opportunity to do anything.
To create.
To create, to be as creative as possible. Because when you get into the big time, you tend to start moving towards doing things that are more commercial, that are more mainstream, because you're trying to get your name out there. You want people to know, recognize your work. So this is, I think it's probably the time at this point for a lot of young people where they're starting out to do those short 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute, 20-minute films.
How would they get their money?
That's the thing. It's easier to do, it's cheaper to do, because you don't even have to do it on the scale that we did. We had to travel. We traveled to 3 different cities, and that costs money, apart from even the top actors that we used.
Yeah.
You can actually start small and just do a film with yourself, like with yourself and a friend. Do you know why? Because Hotel Called Memory, the crew was a two-man crew. Akin Omotoso, the director, and the DOP. There was no lighting because we used a camera that does well with natural light. We didn't have a sound guy, they did the sound. So if you are a film student and you're trying to make your own film, it's ideal. Your budgets are way low because all you're then dealing with is getting that camera. Working with somebody, maybe working out a deal where you can get a camera for less, shoot it over 5-10 days, if that. You can make it even shorter. And just have your friend strap on. It was very organic, the way we shot. We didn't announce our arrival because usually, traditionally, for me, and I was like, whoa, I've never done this before. This is guerrilla filmmaking, Akin. I'm used to a huge crew. We're moving, we have our lighting people, we have our sound, we have editor, we have a gaffer, we have everybody, makeup, light. You know, we didn't have makeup. We didn't have a makeup person. So I was a bit taken aback when he proposed this, but I trusted him. I said, okay, let's see, go for it.
You set out to do it that way, or how did it happen? You called Akin, notable director, Nigerian, based in South Africa, done all those things, or you knew you wanted to do a silent movie?
No. The thing with film is that it goes from one thing and it evolves into another. What happened was Akin and I had met years ago. We were searching for a project. We actually started on another project. We had done rehearsals, we had cast, and then the production was just getting unwieldy. It was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it just wasn't coming together. And then, meanwhile, Branwen Opako, who wrote the script, approached Akin and said, look,
from?
She's Nigerian.
Oh, really?
She's Nigerian, but she's based in Berlin and America. She's a professor.
Yeah.
So she's also a filmmaker and a writer as well. And she gave him this 13-page script and said, what do you think of this? And Akin read it, he loved it. And he thought, oh my God, it blew his mind. It's that kind of thing where you're like, whoa.
Truly creative.
And then he said, look, Ego and I have been talking, and he proposed it to me. And I was like, silent. Because when they say silent, I didn't get how silent was. Do you understand? I did not understand that. When you say silent, I mean, you're not going to speak at all. I thought, surely we will say, there'll be something, something. And we started the work, it progressed, and only in the edit suite where there was really no words, nothing said.
That it dawned on you.
That it dawned on me. But when, the thing is, where we are in the world, do you know we are speaking to each other less and communicating with technology more?
Louder than words. That's what that movie tells me. Action in the
technology
eyes.
now.
You did see
we
me
did
some
all
of those.
the text.
I mean, check out the two horses. The scene that had the two horses. Did you happen to find those horses?
That's what I mean by organic. We went on the beach to shoot, a mother and her son. We saw the people praying on the beach.
I mean, I was like...
We recorded them. We said, can we record you? They said, sure, go ahead. They went on, did their thing.
Yeah.
We recorded them. And then we saw these horses. Again, Akin just said, just record it. You just never know where it's going to fit. And that's it. Brilliant. Yeah.
I mean, what I would say is if you get to see that movie, you can interpret it anyhow you like. I'm like, why did he end like this? Yes. I don't even know what I saw.
So, exactly.
I'm not sure what I saw.
Yes.
I mean, when they cut it, bring it back. But I applaud you for taking that bold move. But some say that because you chop belefu, you have money, you're married to a wealthy man, so you can make an academic experience. Is that true?
I don't think it has anything to do with it. I think we can be bold regardless of what our circumstances are. If you have a passion for film, initially, as I said, I thought this was something that a student of film would be coming into. I didn't have the chance to explore, find myself at the beginning. I was thrust into filmmaking with a lead role. Not a lot of people get that opportunity, but it's not enough to say that because you don't have that opportunity to do nothing. You can start. And I went to the African International Film Festival and I met, not personally, but I saw the work of 5 budding filmmakers. And they had great support. But the thing is, you can do it with even less support. There are people making films with their phones. It's just here where we think that you
should begin to think of film differently.
Think outside the box that we've put film in Nigeria right now. It should not fit into a box. It should be out there. We should be able to do just about anything.
What would be your final words to our viewers as you leave now?
I think my final word, since we've been talking film, is that I want young people, or whoever has a passion for film, to not feel that they can't make any sort of film because this is Nigeria, which is what I keep hearing. But there's an audience that you don't know exists, and an audience that you can discover, and that there are people that are supportive of your dreams, and I think I'm one of those people. I would
They'll come knocking at your door.
No, come knocking at my door. I've always known that film is my passion. I would do any sort of film as far as it's a good script and with a person that is professional and has a similar passion to me. So I'm saying go for your dreams, you know, just do what you want.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be
silent
afraid.
movies if you have to.
If you want to, or do the ones where people are speaking all the time. I love silence. I love the power of silence. There's just a power in it.
Yeah, it communicates.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for being. I wish you well with Hotel Cold Memory Lane and everything else.
Yes.
And thank you for watching. We'll see you again on Seriously Speaking, same time next week. Bye.